7 attempts, 7 failures. For 17 years, Cristiano Ronaldo could not score a single World Cup knockout goal. Germany 2006, South Africa 2010, Russia 2018, Qatar 2022. Nothing. Zero. Every single time, the story was the same. Ronaldo shows up, Ronaldo tries, and Ronaldo walks away empty-handed when it matters the most. Until Thursday night. And on the very same night, on the very same pitch, a legend may have played his last game of football ever. A man who broke Ronaldo's heart in a Ballon d'Or race. A man who once wore the Real Madrid badge with the same pride Ronaldo did. Luka Modric. Two icons. One field. One walking toward history, the other, possibly, walking away from the game forever. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what happened, why it matters, and the one question every football fan on the planet is asking right now. Can Cristiano Ronaldo actually win the World Cup? My name is Robert, and you're watching Robert Football Talk, the channel where we don't just show you the score, we show you the story behind the score. Football is not just 90 minutes. It's emotion, it's legacy, it's heartbreak, it's redemption. And today's story has all four. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because we drop videos like this every single time something big happens in the football world. And trust me, this World Cup is delivering big moments every single day. Let's rewind a little first, because to understand how big Thursday night was, you need to understand the weight Ronaldo has been carrying. This is his 6th World Cup. Nobody, man or woman, has ever played in 6 World Cups before. Think about that number for a second. 6. He debuted at this tournament back in 2006, a skinny 21-year-old kid at Manchester United, scoring his first World Cup goal against Iran in a group match. Portugal reached the semifinals that year, and everyone thought that was just the beginning of a long, trophy-filled World Cup story for this young winger. Nobody could have predicted that 20 years later, at 41 years old, he would still be chasing that first knockout goal. Along the way, he's collected everything else football can offer. 5 Ballon d'Ors, a European Championship in 2016 with Portugal, the one major trophy that finally silenced doubters about his international career. 2 UEFA Nations League titles, countless Champions Leagues and league titles across Real Madrid, Manchester United, and Juventus. He is, statistically, the greatest international goalscorer this sport has ever seen, with a number of caps and goals that may never be broken. But the World Cup, the single most prestigious trophy in football, has always slipped through his fingers. And worse than that, he could never even get that knockout stage moment that so many lesser players had managed. Let's talk about that goal now. 68th minute. Portugal and Croatia locked at 1-1. VAR checks a foul in the box. Renato Veiga goes down under a challenge from Nikola Vlasic. Penalty awarded. And who steps up? The captain. The man who has scored more goals for his country than anyone in the history of the sport. Cristiano Ronaldo. He places the ball down. The stadium goes silent. This is not just a penalty. This is 17 years of frustration on the line. He strikes it. Back of the net. At 41 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo finally has his first World Cup knockout goal. And it wasn't even a clean night for him before that. Earlier in the match, he thought he'd scored from a looping cross, only for VAR to rule him offside by the smallest of margins, just his shoulder. That's the kind of night football gives you sometimes. Cruel one moment, kinda next. Portugal go on to win 2-1, with Goncalo Ramos grabbing a dramatic stoppage time winner. Croatia pushed till the very end. They even think they've equalized late on, but it's ruled out for offside. Heartbreak for Croatia. Pure joy for Portugal. Before we move forward, I want to know from you guys. Drop a comment below. Did you think Ronaldo would ever score a World Cup knockout goal? Be honest. A lot of people had written him off. Let me know in the comments. I read every single one of them. Now let's talk about the other side of this story. Because while one legend was celebrating, another may have been saying goodbye. Luka Modric, Real Madrid's midfield general for over a decade. A Ballon d'Or winner in 2018. The man who actually stopped Ronaldo and Messi from winning it that year. Remember that? A World Cup runner-up in 2018 with Croatia, and a World Cup Golden Ball winner that same tournament as the best player of the whole competition. One of the greatest midfielders this sport has ever produced. A man who controlled games with a football like it was attached to his foot with a string. And on Thursday night, at 40 years old, wearing the Croatia jersey for what many believe was the very last time in his career, Modric's World Cup journey came to an end. Think about that for a second. This is a man who gave Real Madrid everything. Champions Leagues, La Liga titles, years and years of quiet, elegant brilliance in midfield while others got the headlines and the Ballon d'Or votes. This is a man who represented his country through a golden generation, through a World Cup final loss to France in 2018 that still stings Croatian fans today, and through a semi-final run just 4 years later in Qatar. And now, it might genuinely be over. There was no big dramatic exit, no penalty shootout hero moment to send him off. Just a respected veteran, walking off the pitch, applauding the fans one final time, probably knowing deep down that this chapter of his life, the international chapter, has closed. That's football, guys. One man's greatest night can be another man's final night. Ronaldo gets his redemption. Modric gets his goodbye. Same match. Same 90 minutes. Two completely different emotions. Two icons of the same generation, walking in opposite directions. I want you to think about this. If this really was Modric's last international match, what does his career mean to you? Is he a top 5 midfielder of all time? Where does he rank next to the Xavis, the Iniestas, the Pirlos of the world? Comment below. Let's get a Real debate going in the comment section. And hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown, smash that subscribe button now, because we're about to get into the biggest question of this whole tournament. Here's the question everyone is asking. Now that Ronaldo has broken his knockout duck, can he actually go all the way and win this World Cup? Let's be real with the numbers. Ronaldo is 41 years old. This is his 6th World Cup. Nobody has ever done that before, man or woman. He's already made history just by being here, still playing, still competing, still scoring at the very highest level of the game at an age when most players have long since retired. But the World Cup trophy is the one thing missing from his entire career. 5 Ballon d'Ors, Champions Leagues, league titles all over Europe, a European championship with Portugal in 2016, but never this. Never the World Cup. Next up, Spain, in the round of 16. And let's not pretend this is easy. Spain just destroyed Austria 3-0 in their own knockout match. Lamine Yamal looked back to full fitness and full menace after some early tournament doubts. This Spanish squad is deep, it's fast, and it's arguably the most talented team left in this tournament from a pure technical standpoint. So can Portugal, can Ronaldo, get past Spain? Here's my honest take. Portugal is not winning this tournament because of Ronaldo's legs anymore. Everyone knows that. He's not sprinting past defenders like he did back in 2016. But what he brings now is composure in the biggest moments. Exactly what we just saw with that penalty against Croatia. He brings leadership in the dressing room. He brings a group of insanely talented young players. Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, Rafael Leao, João Neves. Players who all grew up idolizing this man, watching him on television as kids, and who now get the chance to fight for him one final time on the biggest stage of all. If Portugal wins this World Cup, it will not be a one-man show. It will be a team built around a legend, giving him the one gift his entire glittering career is missing. Is it likely against a Spain side this talented? Honestly, it's a brutal draw this early in the knockouts. But is it possible? Absolutely. Football has taught us over and over again that emotion and momentum can carry a team further than logic says it should. And right now, Portugal has both of those things in abundance after Thursday night. So I'm putting it to you directly. Do you think Ronaldo and Portugal beat Spain in the round of 16? And bigger than that, do you think Cristiano Ronaldo, at 41 years old, lifts the World Cup trophy for the first time in his entire career? Comment yes or no below and tell me why. I genuinely want to see this debate happen in the comments section. Also, quick reminder, subscribe if you haven't already, because when Portugal plays Spain, we are covering every single second of it right here on this channel, with full analysis and predictions. Football gave us something rare on Thursday night. It gave us a legend finally breaking a curse that followed him for 17 years across 5 different World Cups. And in that same match, it may have quietly closed the book on another legend's international career, a career full of elegance, intelligence, and quiet brilliance that never quite got the credit it deserved next to the Messis and Ronaldos of this generation. That's the beauty of this sport. It doesn't care about your Ballon d'Ors or your history. Every single match writes a new story, and sometimes that story is joy, and sometimes it's a goodbye, and sometimes, on the very same night, on the very same pitch, it's both at once. Cristiano Ronaldo now has his moment, his redemption, his proof that this old curse is finally broken. Whether it turns into the ultimate fairy tale ending against Spain and beyond, that's a story still being written, one match at a time. That's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this breakdown, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from this channel. Drop your predictions for Portugal versus Spain in the comments below. I'll be replying to as many of you as I possibly can. This was Robert, and this was Robert Football Talk. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.